Hello, and welcome back to Tantra Mama. Today is all about how to cultivate and nurture self-love. Often you read something like, "Oh, just love yourself," and people go, "Yeah, well, I wish I knew how to." So this post is exactly for those ones who also feel like they never had the ideal parent that was teaching them how to love themselves. That showed up for them in moments where they felt like they really needed to hear them, that they're loved and that they're accepted. And it's for those people who get like really scared easily, who are anxious, who are worried, who like double think about every step that they take, and who doubt was that the right thing to do, was that the wrong thing to do. So like to retrain your brain to know that you are safe, you are accepted, and you are loved. And and this is what I would love to share with you. It also, just like a little side story, like when I went on sort of my quest of like the different religions around the world, to get to know what they all mean and what they all what their main message is. I went to this multicultural group, and they had this leaflet which combined all the different the main message of all the different religions in this world, in our world, and it was called the Golden Rule, and it went something like this: love your neighbor like you love yourself. And then my kind of what came up in me was like, well, what if you don't know how to love yourself? Like, what are you going to do then? So this is, I guess, my tool and my message to you of how you can really, hear what you always wanted to hear, and feel what you always wanted to feel. That something that you felt like, your parents never said to you, your sister never said to you, or your grandparents never were able to offer you, for whatever reason. Either they weren't in that state of mind to give you the love, or they've passed on, or whatever it is. But this is now it's your chance to to be like, you are the one who's going to talk to yourself in each stage of your life. So you start off with when you were just like a newborn, and just imagine you've just come out of your mother's womb, and all the things you wanted to hear when you entered this world. Now all the love and all the gentleness and all the celebration of this new life coming, onto this planet, and you speak to yourself. You speak straight to your heart, and then you move on to the next phase in your life. Like a young child, and when you were just sort of exploring the world, when you were going out to try new things, you were learning, how to walk, how to draw, how to ride a bike, and again you pour your love out to that part of you when you were in that phase of your life. And think about something that's that's really relevant to you, or moments where you're like, oh, I wish my parents would have been there. I wish my my mom would have said this. I would have told me this. And it's your chance to really tap into that. And then you move on to when you were a teenager. Think back to when your body changed. Think back to when you were exploring your sexuality or your sensuality or your intimacy with someone for the first time. What were the things that you really needed to hear back in that stage? And again, say them out loud, oh, I am so proud of you for opening your heart, or I am I'm so in love with every part of your body. I shower you with love. I send you so much warmth and so much strength for following your heart and going for your passion. And then you move on to you being a young woman, and make it as personal as you can. Talk to yourself when maybe you were just either starting a job, or you became a mother, or whatever was going on in your life for you, and pour that love out to yourself, and really think about I guess the gaps and the things that you just didn't get to experience. And you no longer need to be the victim of it, but you can now almost rewrite your story in the most ideal and in the most like loving way. So once you've gone through all the stages, like let's say about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, you know, whatever you came up with, then you get to really enjoy the next part of like listening to them, listening to your own message, your own love meditation over and over again. Maybe in the morning, maybe at night time, whenever you're like the most relaxed. I listen to them like on the beach, or when I was getting a massage, or just when I went to bed, or the first thing, you know, after, you know, at breakfast, or whatever it is that, you know, where you know you're feeling really relaxed and your brain can really truly take every word on that you were saying. And once you've done that, just see where it takes you. Like maybe you notice that some of your doubts are getting less. Maybe some of your fears are sort of melting away. Maybe you're just calmer altogether. I'd be curious to hear what happened, how things changed. And then when it comes to your children, I've done the same thing for my children. When I went on a holiday for a longer period of time, and I knew, you know, I wasn't going to be there, and so I sent them a message, not as long as 50 minutes, but maybe like 5 to 7 minutes. And I went, you know, they're only 7 and almost 9, so, you know, not that many stages yet, but, you know, I was telling them all about when they were first born, and how we held them, and how we kissed them, and how we hugged them, and how we showered them with love, and how we celebrated their life into this world. And, you know, I sort of chose a few things that I just love about them, that like the essence, the purity of who they are. And I got them to listen to it, and, you know, they loved it. They were so touched by it, and my daughter, she even sent me a message back, which I was just like, oh. So my heart was just so warm and so fuzzy, and I know she loved it. And, you know, I invite you to sort of, you know, to invite your children to listen to their message whenever they need to, like, you know, whenever maybe you're away, or whenever they're scared, or whenever they just need that extra boost of love, and just see again what happens, and let the magic unfold. So yeah, that is all I have to say. Please leave you know, some comments, or, you know, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or like sign up for the masterclass that is going to be happening in the end of April. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Lots of love.